Yeah, well, this came apart as like a variety pack.
Oh. All right, and we will do our recap, which is not very long. The party left with many questions. Hey, Aaron?
Wait, what are you doing?
This is all going to be on the recording for any of you that watch it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Classic line.
All right. The party left with many questions after the Auric display at the Mage Tower game. Garrett was approached by Sirs and asked a series of pointed questions regarding the party's trials, specifically Garrett's decision around leading them to Pandemonium when they were doing their trial for Prismari. Garrett resisted Sirs' attempt to read his mind and Sirs' odd attempt to associate them through a shared relationship with their con man father figure, Mikas. Garrett alerted the party and called a team meeting in Garrett's dive bar. Here, Garrett revealed some secrets about his origins, his true name, Lightfoot, and his belief that the Oracle is the group's most pressing need right now. And let me just clarify, the threat against the Oracle is the most pressing need right now. Together, the group made a list of all the issues on their collective plate. For your reference, I have written them back out for you.
Nice.
Let me see if I can... I don't know how to get... I have the draw function up and I don't know how to get it back. Ah.
Go pick your book?
I don't know how to get my cursor back. Let's see.
Oh, there it is.
No, but it's my draw function here.
Oh.
No.
Pick your book?
There's the Oracle.
Jazzy.
She shows up when you least expect it.
Maybe I have to unselect it. Deselect it. Add pin. Draw. Turn off draw. There it is. Got it.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay. Together, the group made a list of all the issues on their collective plate and decided to travel to Pandemonium to question and alert Jadzi to the plot against her life. Using Garrett's student badge, the party found the Magenta Pool on Prismari campus. However, they decided to throw anyone following them off the scent by taking a detour through another portal. However, they eventually arrived in the darkened plane of Pandemonium. There you were confronted by a series of shadow ghouls who attacked you as you tried to make your way to Jadzi's sunlit oasis in the midst of this dark and shadowy land. The party has made it, only slightly worse for the wear, to the home of the Oracle, prepared with many, many questions. I can keep up your list of main quests, or we can start back with the Oracle. So, as a reminder, you have traveled through this darkened, shadowy, dusty, desolate landscape, and here you have found this little oasis of sunshine. It's a dome that, as you have entered it, has a little cottage with a little smokestack, a white picket fence, just some flowers in the garden. As you look up, while you can see through the illusion, there is a blue sky with clouds above you and birds that occasionally flit by, and it feels warm and homey, even though you know just a step outside is desolate and cold. The Oracle has healed you all up through the power of her magic. She has a little pearl set into her forehead and has invited you all in for a spot of tea. As you enter the cottage, it's a small space. However, as soon as you step in, it appears to kind of grow to make your presence there comfortable. There are some simple chairs that are around the room. It seems like a kind of loft style. Everything's kind of in the single room. You have a little sink and kitchen area, a little pantry. You see a bookshelf, and you see pictures around the room of Jadzi with a number of people, her at all ages of her life, either somehow recreating images from either explorations she was on or discoveries that she's made, or people that seem to be important to her, kind of from her past.
Do we know like what school she went to in Strixhaven?
She was from Prismari, and the Prismari campus takes that as a badge of honor to be selected. And I'll tell you just as a caveat, because this could come up at some point. The oracles are required to rotate schools, so a school can't have back-to-back oracles represented. But every oracle must come through kind of the ranks of Strixhaven. And so if Jadzi were to die, and very similarly when Count Singhorst died, she was formerly the Dean of Imagination. The current Dean of Imagination is the white-haired Kalishtar Galages, who met you at your trial at Prismari. He replaced her when she became the oracle.
Okay.
So as she sits down, she offers you some hot tea. You see her kind of sprinkling, and her magic is very fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Everything just has kind of a white gold sparkle to it. And she prestidigitates it to a very specific flavor of tea. And as you sip it, it's delicious, but it's different than anything that you've really had before. It tastes like something that is very specific, some kind of special recipe that you just never had before. That's probably some kind of favorite of hers.
Does it have any like a healing potion in it?
It does not, but you'll remember you should have gotten 20 hit points back when she did her kind of aura. Are any of you looking particularly beat up, even with that healing?
Oh, I healed myself.
Yeah.
She looks over at you, Indigo. She's like, "Sweetheart, this is really quite an inhospitable landscape here. Would you like a little extra to help?"
Oh yeah, a little extra to help would be very nice.
You hear her mutter this word, and some of you know the healing word spell, but something about the way that she says it has this nurturing, grandmotherly tone to it that it's not just a word and it's not just powerful. There's this love behind it. And you can take another 20 points of healing.
Oh my gosh, she's so nice.
you found Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'd like say hi to Jadzi and be like, "Hey, it's so great seeing you again. Thank you. Sorry to like barge in. We really needed to talk to you." And then I go around and introduce the rest.
Guys, can we have like a sidebar for a second?
Yeah.
Is this a trap? Like,
No, it's Jadzi.
but like, do
Be
we know
respectful.
it is definitely Jadzi?
Yeah, obviously she's
Garrett's
healing
met
us.
her
She
before.
can heal
Tell
us.
me how. How do you know?
She's healing us.
To kill
You're like
us.
looking Brian in the eyes right now, right?
That doesn't work that way.
That only works with that.
Oh shoot.
Ah, shoot. Can I lend out a contact to someone?
What, like,
She's in combat
This-
mode. I close my left eye.
isn't a trap?
No, of course
Like
not.
30 minutes from now, when we're all like 60 hit points down, you're not going to refer back to this conversation and be like, "Oh shit, it was a trap."
No,
No.
I'll be dead. I don't have
She gave
60
us 40 hit
hit
points, so
Yeah.
why would you do that if it was a trap?
I think if anything's... I don't know if it's a trap, but we may be in danger when we leave here.
I think she'll make sure we can get out safely.
All right.
This is.
Are we just like, do we really want to tell her everything? Like, do we trust her? I'm
I think
really,
she
No,
kinda
I
knows
think
everything.
we'll ask her questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we told Dean Pelinistra
No.
everything, and this lady's super sweet. I say that like a little too loud so she hears me.
While you all
think-
are having this sidebar, she is feeding Chessie dog treats.
Oh.
oh, cute!
She's gonna kill you
Are
with...
they poison?
She's gonna kill you
Chocolate
with
dog
kind...
treats.
Can I just like roll insight or something,
Go
please?
for it. Roll insight.
Okay, thank you.
Jimmy's
I
like,
would just
"You
feel
just
so
need
much
it
better
too."
if I rolled for it.
You know nothing.
Do you
Oh,
see as
fuck
one?
me.
She is who she says she
Two.
is.
I give you guidance. That's the next.
What does that do?
While you see her like reading this woman that's
She's just like,
lovingly giving her dog
yeah, just-
dog treats.
I think
you
you
get
gotta
a
add a
1d4
D4.
to your insight check.
You can add a D1d4. To
A
that.
D4? Okay, one sec.
I don't know, you got guidance. Look at that.
I do too.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I also have guidance.
What?
I have
You
it for
people.
I have it for my cloak.
It's only an 8.
I mean, nothing is kind of sending off any alarms from what you're witnessing.
Would it?
I go back
I
into
don't like the way he said that.
You rolled an 8, so you don't know.
I don't like the way he said it. It was suspicious.
Would
Noted.
be suspicious? No,
I go back into giving introductions and
Yeah.
saying thank you and being such a gracious host. Sorry to barge in on you. These are my friends, and I go around and introduce.
She's as she's just kind of taking sips and looking you like very respectfully in the eye as you're going around the room, and she's like, "It's truly it's really no trouble at all. I think back often to your first visit here. It was such a pleasure having you, and I never turned down a visit from Gal. You know, they just they stop by every now and then." And it's just always a pleasure. So no, please do come in.
This is
she
unusual.
kind of looks around and she's
Yeah.
like, it's wonderful to have the 8 of you here.
This is noted. Unusual spot to set up a home. What brings you all the way out here?
Well, you know, it's some peace and quiet,
Oh,
and you know, so I don't know how much you know, but my specialty when I was the dean at Prismari was the magic of memories, and so I spend most of my days kind of thinking back to the people I've met and the places that I've been, and I kind of go on my own adventures into my recollection and some of the recollections that I've collected in my travels.
okay.
So I
Do
don't
people
really
come
need
visit
much.
you often?
Oh
As-
no. Oh no. I rarely get visitors. But that's okay. My job is to explore and advance magic, and you know, Pandemonium is fairly desolate, but creatures still exist here. And you know, this is some territory that really hasn't been pioneered, so you know, every once in a while I'll take a little jaunt and see what kind of life I can find. Every living being needs a little care now and then, just to be understood.
Have you seen anything? Have you had any unsuspected visitors or seen anything suspicious?
He's asking
Going up
because are you aware that there's a plot on your life?
Yes, Gal,
Well, cat's up
Gal
back.
has
Yeah.
told me a few times, but I will say, and I will say at least 3 or 4 of you notice she kind of brushes the hair back, actually on the left side of her face, and several of you clock that she has a glowing tattoo from her forehead down to the base. This is exaggerated picture. This is as close as I could get.
Like ours.
Only hers is glowing. So, and if you would like to, just as a reminder, your tattoos all glowed at one very specific point, and it was when you were stuck in the time loop at the Lorehold trial.
Yes.
And unlike Rampart and who else was there with you?
Johnsy, I think.
No, what's his name? Javi.
Javi.
Whose memories didn't reset.
Yeah.
Yours were somehow protected. So this tattoo you've learned is called a temporal exclusion tattoo.
Okay.
Did you know
Yours
that?
currently are not glowing.
Yeah. So hers is currently actively maintaining her memories as we speak. It's currently activated. whatever.
What you would say is that something has to do with time.
Yeah.
And she has an awareness of it that others around her might not.
With her tattoo glowing, I'd like to see if anyone else is glowing. And
No.
if they're not, I'd ask her, have we been here before?
She looks at you and she's like, Mr. Gruber, actually, this is your first time. And it's taken 4 times for you to get here. You're new.
Oh no.
We've done this before?
You haven't, but I have.
Will this be the last time we meet?
Probably not. I mean, it all depends on kind of the steps that happen next, but I assume you're talking about this.
Yeah, and I brush my hair back.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I see. You know, the founders were all big fans of that when Velomachus discovered that. And, you know, in the original timeline, Gal gave me this. He thought that I might need it.
Oh.
Wait, Gal gave you that?
What?
Just like yours.
Can we go back to that? Can you tell us more about the timeline situation? Because we're very unclear.
The original timeline things.
Yeah, what?
No, this is the fourth time that's happened. Somebody is able to change time. Now, typically, creatures like the Sphinx is able to, you know, affect it somewhat.
Is it Jordy?
She smiles at you and lovingly says, "Come with me."
Oh.
You see her close her eyes, and the pearl on her forehead begins to glow and kind of strobe light out. And then all of a sudden, boom! All of you are back at Strixhaven. And you see a young version of Jadzi, 50 years younger, easily. And you are as you look around, this is the day of the new Oracle's inauguration. She is being crowned, basically awarded the gifts. You see the 5 founders are sitting on a stage. Everyone at Strixhaven is packed in the Aerojot Stadium and on the field. And you see, it's obvious that she is much, much younger. You see a Geordie that looks almost identical to the Geordie you know from your freshman class. Approach her, and you kind of see that all of you are just standing there. You're wearing different clothes, kind of aged down clothes, and you're watching a conversation happen. And as the conversation progresses, you start to pick up on what they're talking about, and you hear Geordie's familiar drawl, Miss Oracle, I'm so honored to meet you. My name is Jordy Knackles, and I've come to you to ask for your help. I know that you are about to be incredibly powerful, and I just need your help to help with my family. And she looks around. He could not have picked a worse time. I mean, it is crowded. Everyone wants a second with her. You know, this does not appear to be a super private conversation. But she kind of looks up. She gives him a very respectful amount of attention as he is bringing something very heavy to her. And she reaches up and touches his cheek, and she's like, "Child, what you are describing sounds very intense. I don't." And she kind of pauses. She's like, what you're describing, the help, I'm not a warrior, and that's not the role that I'm playing in this. I'm a scholar and an academic, and I am commissioned to go and advance what we know. What you're looking for is a warrior or a diplomat. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. It's not my role and it's not my time. But I encourage you to study and learn. Maybe you might be your own liberator and the hero of your own story. As she pats her head, all of a sudden, people come in, and you see people that are trying to talk to her and interview her and all this kind of stuff. And you see Geordie kind of dejected and a little stunned kind of fade into the background. And all of a sudden, you all come back in, and you are sitting back in her cottage.
Wait, Jordy went back in time to ask you to help his family?
Yeah, 50 years ago, I met Mr. Knackles.
To be clear, when we saw that vision, we saw ourselves as students.
You saw yourself as nondescript students. So you kind of had
Like
freedom.
the Christmas past, we were just
Right.
there.
You were there, but nothing you were
It's
doing
like
was affecting
in,
the world around you.
pensive
You were in her
situation.
memory.
Okay, I was picturing like that we also were
No,
at that point in time. That's not true.
No, sorry.
We were like
Sorry.
a
Good
theory
clarification.
there.
Got it.
A pensive.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Harry Potter pensive.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, that was...
Wild.
hmm
Yeah, wow.
Have you seen Jordy recently?
No, but I have heard of his tales. He was, the first time we were in today, nobody had any idea who he was. He was just another student that was beginning their journey. But I have since learned of the Auric.
So
And-
that's new?
Oh no, the Auric have been around for several hundred years, although they weren't around the first time.
In the original timeline.
Mm-hmm. At least that's what I gather. I wasn't there, and really only my memories are the clearest to me. But as you know, I spend quite a bit of time with the Oracle Archaics, so Calnan and Kalema and those that went before him,
McGruber
and they've...
perks up and is like, and where do you convene with them?
Oh, I go visit them every once in a while. They tend to...
Are they here?
Oh no, not on Pandemonium. Are you talking about Calnan Singors?
Yeah.
He was a truly good man. No, he's on the astral plane, and she looks at you and kind of another memory. This one much quicker. Pets up and it looks more recent. And this is the picture that you join her in. This creature is the size of a mountain. It has multiple arms. It doesn't really have a face. It has this kind of horseshoe magnet thing with this little sphere floating in the middle of it. It just, everything is red, kind of tinged red of the astral plane. And you see her kind of floating cross-legged, kind of just near where the face would be. And you just hear them kind of having this exchange of kind of casual conversation. And then all of a sudden you blink back to Jodsy's cottage. Calnan's always such a... That's Calnan Singors. So when he was assassinated, his spirit, the spirit of all oracles when they die, is flung backwards to the origin of the founders, and then is rushed back, collecting the memories of every oracle that has gone before to the moment of its death. And they are reborn as something truly unusual and magnificent.
So were you there when Callan Singors was murdered?
No, I was here. I was teaching at the time. He was murdered on the astral plane. At least he was murdered the second time and the third time. And I guess it's about that time. I guess he's about to be assassinated. I don't know if he's been assassinated yet this time. I just met with him, so maybe he won't be assassinated this time. Things change.
Have you seen your assassination?
No, that's news, and Gal certainly has brought that to my attention that there's a plot against me. But honey, I'm 99 years old. I have all the magic that I could possibly want. Whether I die by assassination or natural causes, my soul is committed to this line. I won't lie. I don't dwell on the future. My domain is the past.
Wait, so if you knew Callan, then have you ever seen the Te Video?
Oh yeah, I have. I think when Jordy and his Auric associates went there to assassinate Calnan, that he lost it in the process. He used the Te Video to find Calnan, but I think he lost it. It was a very, very close battle. All I know is that, and I've lost track of it, I haven't looked, all I know is that Gal always gave it to the plasmoids for safekeeping whenever he wasn't on campus.
Wait, did you just say Jordy and his Auric associates?
Mm-hmm. You know that, right?
Jordy's with the Auric?
The future Geordie is with the Auric.
I imagine so. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Super
Did
normal.
we know
That
that?
seems like
That's
new
kind of a
information
big
to
deal.
you. She kind of scans the room and she kind of pauses for a second on MacGruber. And she doesn't say anything,
Cool. She's super cool.
but she just kind of looks around. He's, yeah, he's a very bitter young man.
Is part of this cycle us stopping him from becoming bitter? Is that our role here?
I don't know. You've never shown up before. It seems like something changed after the last time, and the founders were alarmed enough to bring you all. You are a new element in this timeline. I've never met any of you before.
Are we
So-
trying to disrupt Jordy's villain origin?
I mean, we could just save his family. That's what he keeps asking everyone to do.
Maybe.
Oh
Are
my
we the
gosh.
only new piece to this puzzle?
Thank you. I
Are
don't
the
know.
Auric good then? Or definitely bad?
What do you think?
I think they're misguided. I think they're desperate in making really outlandish, almost desperate attempts for recognition and punishing and justice however they seem fit, and without regard for people being caught in their crosshairs.
That could be true. I imagine that every member of the Auric has their own reasons for being in it, and being attracted and drawn to their message.
Why would someone want to assassinate you?
Hmm.
I mean, you seem pretty great. I love you. I don't know why anyone would want to kill you.
I hit you with a telepathic, okay, like settle down, bud.
You know, I'd like to believe that a conversation, a cup of tea, could bring people together, but I've lived enough life and I know enough history to know that when people feel helpless and hopeless, they're often driven to extreme decisions that they may look back on one day and celebrate or regret or have some mixture of both. I don't know if there's something I did or something that I represent, but I also know that this time is different. And I would encourage you, if you want to learn more, time is, my understanding and study of time is limited to this idea of memories. If you really want to understand the dynamics of time, then Dean Bectus at Warhold would be a great source of education for all of you.
One other question. Do you, in all of these timeline things that apparently have not gone well, do you have any advice on what we should or could try this time that would be different and helpful?
You know, maybe. You know, I forgot to show you this picture. I thought this was really cute. This is the first timeline when Jadzi was able to visit Kalnin when he died a natural death. Kalnin had a little mechanical rabbit that kind of hung with him. He was from Quandrix College. And so they had a lovely first time around. But since that time, his deaths have always been premature because of the assassination. She sits back and she's like, you know, there's any number of ways that you can change what's going on. You have free will. What's your objective here? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, we thought we would warn you that you're about to be assassinated. Apparently that was a waste of time.
It wasn't, dear. It really wasn't. I want you to know it's never a waste of time to try and preserve life. And I appreciate all of that. Now, what I will tell you is that I'm probably the only one that is able to recall these specific memories and these specific histories. But I'll tell you, someone that without this knowledge has come surprisingly close is Pelanistra. She potentially knows more about all of this than anyone else besides me and now us. And Pelanistra is in a profoundly difficult position and has navigated it with quite the finesse. And every time, and she kind of thinks back, she's like, you know, every time that Geordie has come to Strixhaven, he has overcome the most incredible ineptitude, and yet has always seemingly found a place at Strixhaven, whether through luck or through advocacy or through kind of a generous hand. And that might be worth looking into. But I'll tell you, Pelanistra is probably a good source. I will tell you, my time with her, she kind of looks over and there's a picture hanging in a wall of a young Jodsi and Pelanistra kind of exploring a cave together. My time with her has always been strong. And she's always been a loyal and faithful ally.
That's good to know, because I think we're still unsure on who we can and can't trust at Strixhaven.
So you think we can trust Pelanistra?
When I trusted Pelanistra, and she looks back and kind of gets a little smile on her face, I never regretted it.
Do you not trust her now?
I have no reason not to.
Are you safe here? I think before we go, we want to make sure that you're safe here. Like, is there anything we can do to help protect you, or?
Well, you know, my location is often kept fairly secret. Really, only the Chancellor, my voice of the Oracle that is on campus, typically knows of my location, and Gal, who comes and visits every once in a while. So I know that that's Galazeth Brizari, right?
Yeah.
You know, this is the first time that my location really has come out, and I'm curious. She looks at you, Garrett. She says, if you're recording our conversation for any particular reason, and if you intend to share that information, so I guess I'm as safe as I can be, but you know, once the knowledge of my location gets out, I imagine if anyone is after to take my life, then it might be easier.
The Auric do have the Chancellor, and they are specifically looking for you.
That's why he hasn't checked in.
Yes. So I would suggest, I mean, obviously you've lived through this now a fourth time, but we are still trying to get answers and figure out a direction, and it would be really nice, you know, you seem really right, if you stayed around a little bit longer. So what are the chances you would be willing to relocate?
I'm willing to relocate.
Good.
That's fine. I don't know how much time that I have left, but as long as I have, I'm going to cherish every memory that gets made. Do you have a recommendation? Or should I just go my own way?
I mean, as long as there's a way we could, or you could reach out to us in a moment of need.
Or we
We
can't
don't
find
need
you.
to know where you are.
Oh,
I
she
think
could go
that's
stay with
safer.
my family.
She could. And the thing is, I think we're going to have continued questions for you, particularly because you have memories of the four previous times. And there might be times we run into a situation where we want to handle it differently than before.
Yeah, we'd like to prevent a fifth fort.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a few questions when we're all done.
I also have a question whenever we're taking turns.
Does Bellatrix have a what's she up to during do you trust her?
I'm looking at my notes. I tried to prepare for some of these eventualities.
Has she helped you? Does she know anything?
The founder dragons. And she looks up, and she does kind of have a little picture honoring them kind of in their human forms on the day of her kind of inauguration. You, with your passive insight, you see Father Shad, you see you see, let's see, you've already seen, you've seen Father Shad. I don't know that any of you, the rest of you, have really seen the other, I should have put that in here. You see a man with long hair that looks like Indiana Jones, kind of the leather hat, leather jacket. You see kind of an Ethiopian-looking man, tall, skinny, with clerical robes. You see a fairy, an old fairy woman with gray hair, kind of in very simple robes. You see a shorter gnomish younger woman, real vivacious freckles, kind of spiky blonde hair. She's got some kind of goggles, kind of perched half cockeyed on her forehead, kind of a welding apron on. And then you see this, it's a male, but he's got this Mad Hatter top hat in seafoam green with a peacock feather in it. He's got this mane of curly turquoise hair, turquoise beard, a dapper suit, kind of buttoned up, some jewels, kind of fingerless gloves, and this cane with a big jewel on the end of it, kind of slung over his shoulder. And you see Jadzi kind of right in the middle of all of them. As you look at the picture in particular, you see that the gal, who is the guy I just described, is beaming. You can kind of start to deduce that that character is very happy about what's going on. Velomachus, the Indiana Jones guy, and Tana, the gnome, are both seem very happy. Shadrix is a very forced smile. Bellatrix has almost no expression on her face at all. And she points up. She's like, the selection process of the oracles is always is the one contribution that the founders make to Strixhaven. And any time an oracle passes, the founders take nominations from each of the schools and then decide between them. And they take some of the popular vote into consideration, but who they believe is worthy to receive this infusion of incredibly powerful magic. Bellatrix, dragons are drawn to hordes, and typically dragons, your common everyday dragon might have a hoard of money or gold or collect things, but the founder dragons each collect something very, very different, whether it be information or ideas or experiences. She looks up kind of lovingly at Gal. Bellatrix, Witherbloom campus. She's the only founder that lives on campus, way out in the middle of nowhere. No one knows really where she is or how to find her, but her Witherbloom campus is her space. And I'll tell you, she didn't take kindly to the fact that, again, the founders did not select her nomination for Oracle. In fact, the founders have never selected an Oracle from Witherbloom. And I imagine that's been difficult for her to process.
Okay. That is interesting. Unrelated to that, any of the timelines you've been in, has a demigod appeared?
Thank you.
Or is that is that new?
You know, as of today, and my memories only go as far into the future as I have personally lived. And so, I'm here now, but I've never been older than this. And so, the Demigoth Titan, you say,
Yes.
I know of them. They're from the far realms. It's a fairly obscure reference.
It very much is.
But as of this time, in all timelines, I've never heard of something happening. If one has been relocated off of its home planet, I imagine that that is very, very serious indeed.
Okay. Thank you. Holy cow.
Did we get information on where this Prismari, whatever thing is?
Teo.
The Teva
Whatever.
Deo.
Tevadeo. I
Thank
would
you.
like a little more information. Like, do we know again where it is this in this timeline?
What I know is that typically Gal would keep it in the custody of the plasmoids, which is in the ethereal plane behind Prismari campus. And I'll tell you all this. Actually, she kind of pauses. She's like, she looks down. I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
The dark shapes on the tower.
Maybe we shouldn't say much more until we really understand what all is going into our memories here right now. And she looks at you, Garrett.
We all look at Garrett now.
What's a plasmoid?
Are those the dark shapes that surround the tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we stepped into the ethereal
Yes, so-
plane.
Yeah, I stepped into that door that took me to like the upside down of
Yeah.
Strixhaven. And there were those things that were all around the tower. Was that Prismari that I saw?
Yep.
She's
Okay.
wanting to know why you're recording this.
I see you've brought your little friend again. Is there something that I can help you to solidify it in your memory without their help?
I brought my little friend?
She looks at all of you and she's like, she casts a mage hand, which for her just looks like this little scampering mouse, like a little, what's the animals in Harry Potter that you create, your Patronus?
Okay.
And just kind of bounces around and it jumps on your shoulder and then dives into your hood behind you and comes scurrying out, and in its mouth is this little mechanical spider that has this little antenna going back and forth. You've seen this before.
I've seen this before?
Mm-hmm.
Shook it.
You have a
Garrett, what the?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
This was a common little trinket that sirs would carry around all the time.
Damn it! You've been compromised.
I take it out.
She
and
kind
have
of,
to
the mouse
destroy it.
kind of
I
flicks,
take it out and immediately
flicks a
smash it
leg.
on the
I
ground.
make eye contact with Delta.
This fucking guy.
Yes. Indigo and I both make eye contact with Delta to say, biggest fucking guy.
Why did we not? And when she brought this up earlier in the conversation, why did we let it go?
There's so many things.
Also, she said 8, and I counted Chessie because I love Chessie the most, but now I'm wondering if she was counting that spider.
Well, Chessie would have been 7.
Yeah. Okay.
I counted Jimmy!
Yumi in the sky is always with you.
Oh my god. Like, doesn't know what to do. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
If he steps on it, like it could break.
Has he already gotten
She
this
kind of looks.
information
She's
in?
like, "Oh no! Did you break his?"
Yes, yes, we did. We
Is
did.
it
That's
light
not
beam?
Garrett's.
That, yeah.
No.
Jimmy, do I know like the mechanics of this thing? Like
It's
I
a
know
recording device,
You would
and
know.
it probably has beamed everything it's heard back to its owner.
We have to kill Sirs.
You have to kill Sirs.
Well, it's even more important now that you do relocate.
If so, you believe the Auric are behind this?
Well,
Yes.
we do.
Sirs is not a good guy.
Also, we really don't trust this individual. I don't know that he is with the Auric or not, but he is
It's
out
point
to
of
make
me.
things complicated.
She kind of pats your arm. She's like,
Okay, yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
okay.
worked up. Thank you. I'll take the
I-
guarantee.
Well, we should be worked up, team. Yeah, eat another cookie. Grandma has cookies on the table for everyone.
I gotta calm down. I'm mad at Sirs.
I freaking hate that guy.
Can we put Garrett on our list of people to murder? Like,
Who
Yeah, I
does
like
just keep
Garrett.
bringing us down?
He is the worst.
How did you not
No.
find a
Why did
spider
you know
on your
Jordy
back?
too? Like, why do you know all these really sketch people?
They just show up in my life. I don't go out of my way to meet them. They're just there.
so
I
you're
look
saying
at- I
you
look at
attract
Hattie.
shitty people, which
He's
is
a
more
red
concerning.
flag magnet.
Let's take a group vote.
Garrett, you don't count.
Jodsy,
I'm sorry,
we have to relocate you. We have to move you somewhere.
Okay.
I have an
group
idea.
belongs with safe.
Bring it, Hattie.
What if we relocate Jodsy and Garrett stays with her?
I think that's going to be problematic. I still feel like somehow we're all tied up in this.
I
Or set
have
up
plenty
some
of
sort
places
trap
that I.
here to kill Sirs
Mm.
when he gets here.
Are we for sure that the bug is smashed?
It is smashed. It has one hit point. It was not hard to break.
Okay.
I stood.
It
on
was a finesse weapon, or it was a finesse
But-
utility item,
Do
not
you
a weapon.
detect any other things on us?
Well, I don't think so.
Good.
Awesome. That's fun.
This is awkward. Can we go back to talking about the ethereal plane now? Because the bug is smashed?
So Gal would
Is there a
always.
timeline where that didn't happen, and can we go there instead? Thanks.
Hey, Garrett has a wish that he could wish.
Oh, what a flex. Just wishes that Sirs didn't put that.
Ever exist.
What?
I'm gonna imagine we need all of them.
Well, no, he has they're talking about the fake card that he pulled. The just like undo an event card.
That is true.
Okay.
Which one of the 4 timelines do you want to undo, Gary?
I can barely keep up with one
He doesn't need to
timeline.
undo a timeline. He just
I
wants
know,
to
I
like
was joking.
wish his memory away for the forever.
Well, I
And I
don't think he's
wish
trying
that
to
that-
brain scrambles himself.
I mean,
We don't give
at
a
this
shit
point,
about
Sirs,
Sirs.
yeah, maybe his brain does need to be scrambled.
What's
The Tevideo question. So Gal typically leaves it in the safekeeping of the plasmoids,
Right.
and then can retrieve it. But they are armed and protected. It's a very powerful item. I do know that the Auric, at least last time, were able to get it,
Yeah.
or at least
We
they
have
were
to go
looking
get
for
it.
it.
Yeah, I'm worried about the festival on Prismari. Do you remember what that is?
Yeah, I think this year I've heard it's a dreamscape with Dean Galages. It should be quite incredible.
That's where they're gonna make the move to get it.
Is there? We need to like beat them because now they know where it is. Is there like a fast travel from here to the astral?
Like a
prison?
waypoint that I've been there before?
To the astral plane, or to the ethereal plane.
Ethereal is what he
A
said.
th- yeah, sorry.
Well,
Yes.
everywhere has an ethereal plane. There's an ethereal plane for where we are right now. You would simply convert to it, and you can get to the ethereal plane through high-level spells, or through potions, or through slips that you find, just thin spaces in between. If you want to go to Prismari, you have to go to the material plane on Prismari, and then move into the ethereal plane if you'd like to go behind it. But I encourage you to use caution. Those plasmoids are not friendly.
Do you know how to distract them?
Distract what?
Hive noise.
They are not really that intelligent. They're basically gelatinous, and they tend to be drawn towards motion. And they can sense things in very, very, very... They don't really have eyes and ears. They sense through feeling the things that are near them. Gal raised them and multiplied them as a way to kind of have a protected space only to themselves.
Macklin, why are you so interested in finding the Tevideo?
I think it's important for finding Kalnin.
Is your name Macklin in this?
No.
MacGruber.
The dead person?
He's not dead. We just saw him.
He's the reborn person, I guess.
Yeah, the horseshoe face guy.
Horseshoe face.
I got...
No disrespect to your friend.
Jodzi said he's gonna get killed again, so I'd like to find him before that.
Well, I imagine that the Tevideo will be found now and then time jumped back by one of the younger Jodzis, or Geordies.
Jordies, yeah.
But now, and I'll tell you again, Dean Bectus could answer this probably more than me, but I want to clarify: the other timelines don't exist. This is the only timeline. We can't jump tracks. What's happened is happening right now, and this is the only. While we can go back and forth through time, some people can, some creatures can, Geordie apparently can. What's done is done.
Yeah.
I guess, does Indigo trust Macklin? She noticed Jodzi kind of do this weird pause thing on him earlier, or maybe that
Make
was
an insight check.
recording
Yeah. And actually, Andrew, why don't you do either a persuasion or deception check, your choice. Don't tell me which one. And Jennifer, do an insight check.
Okay.
13 for me.
15.
15. Now, what are you trying to read on him? What do you want to know?
Why he's really asking a lot of questions about the Tevideo, why he is so interested in it of a sudden.
So that's information. That would have to be a question you ask. An insight check is just reading his emotions. So
Okay.
since you succeeded, what I will tell you is that MacGruber does appear to know a little bit more than he's letting on. With a 15, that's about all that you'll get.
Okay.
You don't, with a 15, I'll tell you don't necessarily get anything nefarious out of it. But
Okay. Learning a lot about both of you this outing.
Jodzi, is there a place that you can go and you'll be safe?
oh
that you know?
yes, I'll probably go
She
visit.
said that at least 10 times.
I'll go
I'm
find
just
it somewhere.
making sure that it happens.
Also, maybe let's not have her tell us where it is.
Yeah, I think that's a good
let
Just
it
in case
But
any of us are not trustworthy.
is there a way for us to reestablish contact with you if we have follow-up questions?
I will make sure to pick up your call if you want to send me a message.
Noted. That
She
works.
says, maybe I'll go just visit Kalema. He was almost assassinated by Geordie as well.
Huh. Good to know. Can you actually tell us who are typical targets of Geordie? Do you know?
Well, being this the fourth time, I know that he is seeking help from people he perceives as powerful. The dean, the professors and the deans, the chancellor. Although I think he's probably moved beyond the Chancellor. Ildrix is well-intentioned, but is more about presentation than he is power. And Strixhaven doesn't breed a lot of warriors. We're scholars and academics. But I think Jordy at least now sees us as oracles as powerful beings. And if you've heard the message of the Auric, they expect anybody with power to use that exclusively or with a high priority for means they define as just and compassionate.
Yeah.
It's not wholly misguided, but it is limited, severely limited in scope.
Clearly. Okay.
But don't worry too much about me. If I go, it's time for new memories to be made, and I'll be okay. And if I do go, come visit me. I'd love to chat with you when I become the next Archaic. This has been a lot of responsibility put on your young minds and your young lives.
You know we're probably going to mess it up a little, right?
I sure hope so.
Okay.
That sounds like a wonderful story to write down.
There's no
And
wrong way
remember.
to save the world, Obi.
I don't know. I think there is.
I think Hattie and I are gonna go home. Yeah. I think
Hattie's like, I'm gonna go kill Kithri, they're gonna expel me, and I'm gonna live happily ever after.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I have some conversations I would like to have not in front of Jodsy if we're...
Okay.
Shelby, did you have a question from a while ago? Did you get your question
I
answered?
mean, now it doesn't even matter. We're like 84 timelines beyond it, so we'll just figure it out as we go along.
I asked,
Could I roll a non-lethal damage on Garrett whenever we walk away from Jodsy, please?
Sure.
what does it look like?
Yeah, always.
I just want to slap you upside the back of the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that this is a fairy just like nonchalantly flying past your ear anyway.
Yeah. Well, I
Should I roll athletics to see whether I like fall down or not?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
a couple hit points.
You want to do an opposed roll, Bri?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not
I
very
did
good.
roll stealth for the spider when Sirs had his little heart-to-heart, and it beat all of your passive insights.
Okay.
So that's why you didn't see it.
What'd you roll?
Well, with my unarmed strike, that's a 11.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh. So you didn't duck down.
I feel like you just like
My head hits back.
right.
Garrett knows you guys been talking shit this whole time, so he's on edge.
He's waiting for those fairy fests.
Because you know you're next.
Well, it sounds like I have some packing to do.
Yes.
But I want you all to take care of yourself. Keep learning, keep studying, and just remember all of this is one day going to be a memory. And you get to choose the memory that gets made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really just like,
Okay.
I appreciate you trying to make us feel better, but I feel like a piece of shit right now. I'm going to be honest. Yeah.
Because you were the bug.
He was wearing the bug. He didn't know he had it.
Would you notice a spell?
She told us that he had a bug, and we ignored it.
Yeah, we're all culpable here, and I look at Garrett and I'm like, wink, like, I got you. Okay.
Thanks, man.
I'm somewhere in
is there-
between those two.
I can't wait till you guys fuck.
You guys.
Is there a fast travel so we don't have to fight those monsters again?
Oh, sure. You see, as she gets up, and you kind of invisible servants take all of your glasses, and they start kind of washing themselves in the sink. She walks out, and she kind of looks at each of you with a sense of pride and a sense of kind of grandmotherly compassion. She casts the dawn spell between her house and the portal you need to get back to, the navy blue one that'll get you back to Prismari campus. And it kind of creates this corridor, and even as you see kind of creatures kind of come up in the darkness outside it, they flee, and it gives you safe passage to the portal.
Thanks for everything.
Okay, can I
Thank you.
go in Garrett's little bar?
Yeah. Should we like debrief on this or something?
Yeah, so we're asking to go into your bar.
So can we turn your bar into like a dungeon for
Oh, that sounds
Sirs
sexy.
and Jordy?
Oh, that's very
And Kithri?
Yeah, Kithri when we get her.
Yeah, make some like cages or jail cells or something.
So just so you know, the magic of your thing, you have to stay in there. If you
I know, it only
leave,
lasts an hour.
right,
Okay.
If you leave, what happens?
Yeah, it just
everything just gets ejected.
I was hoping it
I just
ceased
like
to
kind of want to
exist.
stop
Just,
them
like,
from
kill
existing
everyone by
without
burning them.
murdering them.
Right.
Well, they get banished out into something, right? Like, or does it just throw them back out of the room, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Just back out of the room, back into the physical space right near it.
Oh, okay.
So are we in the
Yeah,
dungeon?
you are in your now Garrett's dungeon, which that's gonna be fun.
Ineffective dungeon.
Guys, I'm sorry.
You
I
can
really,
leave Garrett
couldn't
in there,
get
though,
on that
actually.
one. I'm gonna take that one on me. That was a
Yeah.
Literally on you. Yep.
Demoted to
On
Gareth, by the way. We're back to
100%.
TH.
Hey,
Oh,
no one's
yeah,
perfect.
that's fair.
Agreed.
I think I'm gonna change my birth certificate. Well, actually, I don't know.
You
Don't
don't
know
even
my-
have one. You don't
You
even
don't have a birth certificate.
I
You
don't.
don't even know.
You shouldn't be too attached to that name.
Yeah, your first name was like a racial
I'll go
slur,
change
I
the
think.
student directory.
To Gareth? You deserve the
Gareth.
TH here, Gareth.
Yeah.
God, good show.
I kind of. So we need to go get.
What if
this.
someone else had a turn coming up with ideas?
That's fair. I'll sit back. You guys are doing great. Love you. Bye.
Sorry, therapy sometimes do be like that, Garrett. I would, MacGruber would like to just say, I would really appreciate if we, and vaguely points to us, the group in this dark dungeon, could gain control of the Tevideo. But I
Why?
do need to warn you, I don't know if I can help.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
I
you-
mean,
you
Nick's
allergic?
right.
Is
Yeah.
it like a nut allergy or the made of peanut?
This guy's immediately back, just right.
Well, why can't you help? What do you know?
I'm
Insight check. I understand the rules, but
I wish I could tell you. And I
Can I
can't.
make eye contact with Delta?
Your forearm starts burning a little bit.
your forearm. Okay. While he's struggling to say these things and that's happening, I rolled a 28 insight.
28 insight. It kind of doesn't matter what you roll. Everything he's saying is as honest as he can be. You get the sense he wants to say more.
Yeah.
And something he can't.
Right. So based on that, I see him struggling and trying to be honest, and I suddenly remember the thing that what's-her-face, Brunhilde, the old whatever woman, said. I'm just going to look at you and say, hey buddy. Just for my peace of mind, can you talk to me about the Auric?
Yeah.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Like, what are your thoughts? What do you feel like they're really up to? How do you feel about them as an organization?
They exist, right?
Oh my
They're
god.
here.
Does it look like he's being prevented still as he's talking?
No, I mean you don't feel anything on your forearm anymore. Like your feelings about the Auric. Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you think about
I
them?
mean, they seem a group of action. When everyone else in the school is paralyzed by the rules of Strixhaven.
Okay, that didn't work how I was hoping. That's fine. Sorry. I'm still
So,
going to
hold
note that
on.
as a red flag.
Can I ask this outside? Like, should he be sounding as shady as he is?
Mm-hmm.
He should be, okay. Okay. I didn't know if that was...
Nope. He's doing great.
Okay.
Andrew is doing great.
Okay.
Also McGruber.
Okay. So he sounds shady.
I'm picking up on the fact that he's trying to sound honest but can't. Like something is preventing him from explaining more.
I guess my question to McGruber would be,
Is someone else after the Tavadeo?
you don't need to tell us everything, but like, are you against us?
Never.
Like, you said you can't help us, but are you against us getting there? Are you going to try to stop us?
I want you to get it. I just don't think I can help.
Okay.
I would prefer us to have it.
You take
As
30
opposed
points
to-
of psychic damage when you say that. You see him get this splitting
That's
headache.
tight. No, that kills me, I think.
30 points and you're
Yeah,
down?
yeah, I had 29. I'm down.
You see him in the dungeon all of a sudden grab his head, start vibrating violently, and fall face first to the ground. And his nose starts bleeding on the ground.
Okay.
Are you... Obi and I exchanged looks. One of
You
us
also
is
see
obviously
his
gonna go
left
heal him.
sleeve bursts into flames.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my god. Delta runs over
Okay.
and casts whatever.
Cure wounds? Do you have a cure
I have
wounds?
cure wounds, yes.
Okay.
You're going to pull a lay on hands one hit point.
I cast...
Taylor's oldest time.
I touch...
Those were the
I touch
days.
your burning arm.
Oh, okay.
To put the fire out?
Yes.
And she casts Sacred Flame.
So I cast that
Be pure.
at a second level spell slot, so
Okay.
2d8 plus 5.
You can roll that, whoever wants to.
You want
As Delta, what does your healing magic look like? Have we ever talked about that?
Well, we probably haven't.
Probably something with nature.
Something with nature. Could be butterflies.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of like suture
Beautiful.
up and stuff.
Yeah, beautiful little butterflies, just kind of like cocooning, you know, like their little cocooning magic. Just
You come to your face is covered with blood. Your sleeve is still on fire.
I'd like immediately like grab on my arm and just like, please, I wish I could save you.
You're part of the Auric. I got
As
it.
you,
I wish I could say
it
more.
is now obvious to all of you. You can now see a tattoo on his forearm.
Are you gonna die now?
I just kind of look at my own filth like I just did that.
I mean, should we kill him now? Like, I
What-
feel like
wait,
he knows too much.
What?
Like,
wait.
dude, what the hell? Are you like playing both sides here? Like,
How did
Not a time for you to chime in, Gareth.
I mean, this fucking guy. I stare at Delta.
Garrett's immediately like, put this one. I just very quietly just say like, please don't make me say more right now.
Because that's gonna happen?
I guess.
So
How
here's
did you do this to us?
Do this to you? I just...
he probably can't give us a lot of details, but this does bring up a good point. If we need inside information, apparently we might need to join. But it can't be 2 or 3 of us because obviously there's not going to be communication happening. So it's either an all or we get him out thing.
I feel like I know all about the Oracle I need to know.
I agree, but except maybe
have been
when they
told
strike.
to recruit.
Does he take another? Okay. Oh, nothing happens.
No, that's true, and it might be helping you towards your.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what are the benefits?
He gets a pampered
You're like
nice
rushing for the Auric.
5 feet.
And a pink car.
We would get closer access to
Garrett's
Jordy.
like, are they
Fraternity
friends?
If I recruit more people, do I move up? And then they get more people below them.
Oh my god, is this an MLM?
Garrett's
Yeah.
like, but are they friendlier? And he just like vaguely looks at the other people that have been bullying him all session. But are they nice?
I mean, we are at a school, so rushing would make sense.
We would get closer access to Jordy and maybe figure out what they're
Is
doing.
Jordy part of that work?
Not Jordy. Well, what's her name? She just told us.
Jodsy told
Jodsy.
you
I'm
that.
sorry.
No. Oh, Jodsy the Oracle. Jaxie. Is that who you're talking about?
I'm talking about.
Javi, Jaxie, Jordy, Jodsy. Yes.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Jodsy
other family
told
over
the
here.
party that Jordy is in the orc.
Correct. And that, like, apparently he keeps coming back in as a thing. So we would get a better access to him and whatever is going on, and we can hopefully influence that. My problem, I don't like the methods.
Say, if you guys want to heal me again, I could tell you some more, but I'm not really trying to die twice in like 5 minutes.
Do they know every time you tell us something? Like,
Yeah.
can they hear us right now?
No.
Like,
Again, not the guy to be roasting someone else on whether or not they can
but
hear.
yeah.
I'm not
Do they
roasting.
know
I'm
when
just
you're
like
on?
hyper aware now.
I don't
You don't know, because
I
it
don't
hasn't
know.
happened to you before.
I don't think they can hear me.
If any of you would like to make an Arcana check about the tattoo,
Yes.
or cast an Identify spell
I can't
that
do
could
that.
potentially help you.
They just thought I was way cooler.
No,
like,
we want to
unrelated.
keep on with this, Jimmy.
Really?
Saying you're at a magic school, there might be some tools at your disposal.
I can't believe I don't.
Dirty 20.
Hattie's gonna be like, cut the arm off. Cut the
Dirty
arm.
20 Arcana.
Okay.
16. Arcana.
So with Dirty 20, with your knowledge of Arcana, and I would say Indigo probably specializes in kind of understanding, especially abjuration magic, defensive magic. The tattoo, as you see it, with Dirty 20, you're not going to know everything. It is a sophisticated rune that is there. But what you would know, while you don't know exactly what it does without an Identify spell, it is a safeguard about him revealing information. And basically, the more specific he is, the worse this is going to be. It's basically designed to kill him if he starts to say like specifics. What you can conclude, and MacGruber, you would probably know this, you were still pretty vague.
Yeah.
That was tame because you kind of tiptoed across the line, but you didn't necessarily jump across the line. And so you can imagine the more questions more information that he begins to relay, the worse this is going to get.
When he dies, like, if he tells us too much,
Mm-hmm.
could I use my spell? Or, like, is he, like, dead? Is anyone, does one of
So the way that, are you talking about
Revivify?
Revivify is anybody that was, now you need diamonds for that, so you need to probably go find those too at some point.
Oh, okay. Don't
That
I-
you have to revive them within a minute.
They could be, like, dead.
Yes, and sometimes magical deaths are going to come with other consequences. And so, given the sophistication
Like a TBI
of
or
this,
something.
it might not be that straightforward.
Okay. Well, then don't tell us.
I'm going to give you that with a 17 Arcana check. That's probably more generous than I needed to be.
Okay.
But
I was going to say you could just kill yourself and then I could take you back.
like blurt it out and just keep bringing you back.
What if you write it or like draw stuff out?
That's probably going to still happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if any of your guys wanted to help with...
Roll hit dice. I'm playing music. If you have the hit dice to roll, and then you can add an extra d6 to your roll.
Alright, let me figure out...
Consider this a short rest if any of you want to roll hit dice.
Anybody who's rolling hit dice gets an extra d6, but I think we're all fine.
I'm not.
A hit die was D6.
Yep. plus your Constitution modifier.
Which is choose 9. So yeah, I got that going for me, which is nice.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay.
So I got like 2 people in this group on my not trust list.
Considering as
Guys,
But
we're in
cousins.
Guys, we're in Garrett's house right now. Be a little bit more respectful.
Shut up!
says the guy that's still smoking, literally.
Seriously.
Me and
I
Garrett
think
just
she's, I
deflecting
think she's
off
talking
each other.
about us, though.
I mean, let's also be honest. If we're all descendants of dragons who barely tolerate each other in a weird sibling way, it's not likely we're all going to end up being best friends, and that's okay. As long as we can survive and maybe not kill each other and figure out what we're doing on the combat field, maybe, would be great.
I mean, you guys are way better than my first best friend, Rampart. You met him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Ramparts.
And apparently, my first best friend was Jordy, and he's an awful guy. So
I think he's
that's
just,
going to be a thing. I'm going to have to go talk to him.
Just wondering, like, is there anyone else, Garrett, that you trusted or were friends with so we can also put them on the kill list?
No, that really ends it. Pretty much my entire life, I only knew Mikas. And then...
Okay, someone put Mikas on the kill list.
Got
Well,
it.
that's roll.
Definitely.
Yeah, just in case we need to.
I mean, I already talked about Mikas. Like, don't trust him, like, with your money, but he's not going to murder anybody.
Did you think that Jordy was going to murder anybody?
Well, you guys met Jordy.
And I rest my case.
You guys met Jordy.
Yeah.
So I guess my question for McGruber too is like, you can't help us, but how like uninvolved do you like? Are we just like you just gonna be like you just hang out here and then we'll go do this thing, or can you like come with us and you just can't like?
I mean, I'd like to be there just in case I slip up and get myself murdered again. You guys could help me out, but I'm gonna try to be a fly on the wall as best I can.
You're pretty much just like there.
A moral support, cheerleader, friendship.
Then
Okay.
we're going to have to figure out a code for you to give us information, right? Like, you can't directly tell us, but...
Like,
For instance, when you say things like, oh, the Prismari thing is coming up out of the blue.
yeah, I'm trying here.
Okay.
All right.
I know you guys normally don't listen when I say things, but I'm gonna try to Easter egg this as best as I can.
Here's the thing, though. If we feel like you are actually betraying us, I think the girls and I are all taking you out, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I feel like that's already 50-50
Yeah, it is pretty much
right
like the
now,
girls in
so,
Obi
like,
right now.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm really torn.
I feel like this is a big step for Ori. Obi, you're like included now.
Maybe a little
Obi,
bit.
I watched you go into
I
the sky,
wanna-
and this is how you do me.
I want to just look in the middle of this conversation. I just want to look to Hattie and say, "What do you think about Grandma in all this?"
Yeah, I don't know. That she seems kind of sketchy now. How do we talk to her? I want to ask her some questions.
Fine. She's got her little like pink things that run around that usually lead to her, but I haven't seen one since I've been here. Did you know about those?
No,
You
I
actually
did
did see one,
Oh, I did.
but you
Pink
didn't catch it.
skinks.
Oh, I did catch it.
Oh, that's right. Pink skinks.
It's my new Mage Tower team name.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah,
I think we just maybe need to keep a better eye out.
I'm a little nervous now about what restoring Witherbloom means. I feel like restoring Witherbloom maybe for her would mean her becoming the Oracle. or someone from Witherbloom becoming the Oracle, which would probably entail killing the person who already is doing that job.
Which is really going to feed into this, like, Delta being the leader of the group thing, now being the next Oracle, Oric, or
Oracle, the Oric.
both.
Maybe.
Are you saying that I want to be Oracle?
You might get appointed.
I just feel like yeah, as I mean, if Witherblooms do an Oracle,
Well, that's probably not me.
It's typically, just to clarify what Jodsy said, it's
The
not
dean.
students. It's
Yeah.
typically one of the faculty.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
She did say that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
professors,
all our
deans.
faculty suck too.
your faculty are weird. No wonder they're not an Oracle.
They really are.
No wonder they're not.
Maybe we need to do some exploring on Witherbloom.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't you live on Witherbloom?
Yeah. I didn't know that though.
You do
So-
too, technically.
Oh, I do?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Right.
So Orchidshire is like in this in-between
You guys
space between the
suck.
Feywild and Witherbloom campus.
Oh, okay. I'm like on the outskirts?
You're like in the middle. Like you're like in a doorway. That's where the Orchidshire is. So you get this Fey magic and this like kind of back and
Would
forth.
it have been on the map when we were going through things?
So you're way, way out into Witherbloom campus.
Oh, that was just a section.
You went like, what, 24 hours in?
Oh.
Like, you didn't, while Hattie is familiar with the terrain and territory, neither of y'all saw anything familiar.
Okay. How many hours am I away?
I don't know if you know that, because you were teleported to Strixhaven, so I don't know if you actually know what it would look like to travel to Orchidshire.
Basically, I'm not walking home. That's what you're telling me.
You probably fly, but it's fine.
Also, I don't want to like be whiny, but like it'd be really
Power
cool
through.
if we got Bracken back.
I was thinking that, like, I really wish, like, Sirs was there and Bracken was here.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what? Sirs?
Like
Yeah, like
Sirs
you
was
would
in
swap through like
prison.
banish Sirs and get
Yeah.
Brett. But then Sirs got jacked, remember? He's gonna be hard to beat up now that he's just swole.
And I'm weaker, significantly weaker.
Yeah, let's not forget Ovi is
We're
currently
working on it.
cursed.
What are we going to do about that? The
I mean,
curse,
I
the
have to
curse
rescue
guy.
the Chancellor.
We got a curse guy, we got an orc guy,
I
we
don't
got
think
a
I'll
bug
be
guy.
able to
Like,
help with
what
that
are we
either,
doing?
Ovi.
I know, that was my bad. I shouldn't have.
Macklin, I got a question. How much are you obligated to relay about what we're talking about?
Also a great question.
They've never asked.
Good.
But if they did, would you have to tell them?
I mean, I'm not trying to die again, so probably.
Okay.
God damn it.
Um,
I mean, I can be as vague to them as I'm being to you.
Can I curse you? Can
it's,
Wait 1 second.
Like, can I
it's,
brand you? What is
we're
this?
the line of
He's got a
questioning
tattoo on his
is just
arm.
not how it works.
Okay.
And so you can honestly answer that. Technically, you're not obligated to share anything, but that's
Okay.
not how the magic is deciding where the boundaries are. Does that make sense?
Okay, it's just like one-sided.
You and I can talk
Okay.
separately about it, but you haven't tiptoed into any territory in saying that.
Yeah,
That's
we
off
should
limits.
probably curse Macklin to be, confidential to us.
I mean,
Can we
maybe,
make a penis tattoo?
maybe like not a curse, maybe something just more not.
Do you want me as part of the 10-15 club?
The Pen 15 Club.
It's like part of your hazing at this point. Like,
It's
since
an
we're all
invisible
ready.
tattoo, Crest does.
Uh-huh.
How do we feel about the fact that this whole university is really probably just the Dragon's Horde? Like, we, the
Yeah,
students.
like they hoard magic.
No, like the students, the people. Like we are their horde. Have we thought about this?
That's really meta.
I think that's what's happening here.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't thought about dragons a lot. In general.
Okay.
Because, my dragon, he always shows up as Indiana Jones. It's kind of hard to wrap my head that he's a dragon.
Same. Weathershot doesn't seem like a dragon.
I guess I've seen everybody's picture except for this Indiana Jones guy.
Oh, Dr. V.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a sketch artist on campus who could show us a picture of the Indiana Jones dragon?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to have like
Maybe
portraits.
the eighth character in the party.
What school is he?
Oh, you mean Garrett Spug?
His, I don't remember.
He's just like,
Yeah.
Okay, then, Macklin. When is this Prismari event?
So you would all know that information. That is on the school calendar. The next
I'm
school
not
event
Shoo-Shoo.
is the Quandrix Expo, which is this weekend. The next one is the Prismari Dreamscape, which is coming up about a month later.
Okay.
Well, I'd say before then we should probably try and find this Tevideo thing.
Agreed.
Good idea.
That's kind of
I want to be honest with you guys. The only person who has my 100% allegiance is Shu.
Agreed.
Is who?
Shoo-shoo.
You
She's dating Javi.
Javi. Yeah, she's. Yeah.
Does not have good taste.
So okay, order of operations here before we're thinking we gotta rescue Bracken. We've hopefully got to do something about the Chancellor, regardless of how we feel about him, because that's the way for me to get uncursed.
Maybe when we're uncursing.
I don't know, man. I think you might be stuck with the orc. And then we've got to get the whatchamacallit thing.
Okay. For funsies, I actually do have this that I can show you.
That's what you've been.
So these are. Let me see if I can make this.
There they are.
This was the tree.
There's the campus sketch artist that I was referring to coming in the
Oh.
clutch.
There we go. So this is Velamachus Lorehold. This is Shadrick Silverquill. This is Galazeth Prismari.
Holy cow.
This is Tanazir Quandrix.
Wow.
And I have both of these because Delta and Hattie both really had very different experiences with Beladros Witherbloom as your grandmother. So this is more the Beladros that Hattie knew. And
Damn,
this is
she
more
looks withered.
This is more the Beladros
She puts the
that
wither in Witherbloom.
Delta
Holy
knew.
cow.
Interesting.
What? Oh, okay, hold on.
Man, Dr. V's a lady killer for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For
Here, actually,
sure.
let's see. I can maybe make this. There we go. Can I make this bigger?
5 different
Is that better? Can you see it?
There you go.
Okay, so run me through.
So this is more the Beladros that you would have seen in the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. The other one is... Holy cow.
he's seen some shit.
Yeah, she has.
Lorehold, Silverquill, Prismari, Quandrix, and Witherbloom. Okay.
World. Quandrix. Prismari.
Can I just tell you how much fun this guy was
Oh, I can only imagine.
to AI? Oh my god.
How many
What
attempts
kind of
did
like
you take
clues
to
did you
that?
give it?
What did I what?
What kind of like prompts did you give
I'd
it?
have to look back and see.
How many
Mad
attempts?
Hatter was in there somewhere.
Yeah, that
Because it was
Mhm.
definitely... But the hair, I was like, oh, it's perfect.
It is.
This is exactly what I want for a non-binary, flamboyant, plane traveling,
Wow.
nomad dragon. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, imagine that guy just popping up out of nowhere and taking you to another.
Another plane of existence.
No wonder you're a little confused. I get it. It's fine.
Thank you.
Gareth has a bit of trauma to work through.
Yeah, fairly.
Next time we go to the dive bar, it's going to be just like a therapy office.
Next time.
I ain't taking the bourbon this time. Roomy.
Fine.
I guess I feel like I want to do the Tevideo thing ASAP, but maybe the Chancellor thing is more of a group,
I
more of a
mean-
group
I
goal.
feel like we're all going to need to go
I mean,
out
the
and take a
Prismari party doesn't happen for a month. And we've only been here like 8 days.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Maybe.
Oh, you're into probably 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even been here a month yet, so we got time.
Yeah, you actually might have been here a month. I think
Okay.
I think the expo is at the 30-day mark. So Mage Tower was
Why
at
are
the
you
3-week
trying to
mark.
slow us down?
I'm not. I'm just saying we have time.
I would
Aren't
be
we gonna
fine.
need?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I said, aren't we gonna need time to find the TFS? Do we know where it is?
Well, I think we do.
Jodzi told us where it is.
Yeah, it's in this plane.
Yeah, Garrett's been.
Yeah, you know how to get there. I say we just go straight there. I don't trust Sirs having this information. Like,
Do we need to like do some side missions and level up before we do that?
I'd at
Before we
least
fast
like.
travel
I
there?
assume the universe will adapt to our
Right.
current level of experience.
Obi,
I would at least do a
Obi's
sleep
stressed,
before.
everyone.
I need to sleep before we do anything. For
Yeah,
sure,
I don't
'cause
know
my
if you guys
spells are
remember.
shot.
I just died.
Yeah, my spells are shot.
You went unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm
as
feeling
theatrical.
you, like right now.
I'll kill you next time.
But this is a valid point that the Auric are looking for people in power. We have connections, and they will see that as power. We have Sirs who may or may not be with the Auric. I don't know if you can say that or not, but
Wish I could.
he's okay.
He's got to be with the Auric. And also, is Jordy like in charge of the Auric? Like,
Yeah, Jordy's more of a main character vibe than
he
I
is.
thought.
it seems like Jordy is like the guy running the Auric.
That seems like a pretty smart idea from you saying it.
Oh wow. Okay, so
And now they have our information.
Fucking Jordy.
and
I'm
apparently
telling you, I told you guys, you're like, oh my god, Jordy doesn't have a family. Feel bad for him. No.
Yeah, you did. That's why you're such a leader.
Yeah, I know.
But does this mean we have to
God.
rescue his family to like turn him nice and save this timeline?
Or do
I-
we stop him?
I genuinely think that Jordy likes me. So I'm going to try to talk to him and see if I can get some information. Like,
Do you genuinely think that we like you?
no. I am 100%
I'm
confident
just
that
checking like your
90% of this group
perception.
either extremely dislikes me or moderately dislikes me.
So do we use that and
I
make
was
you
gonna
join the
say,
work as well?
He mentioned you by name, Garrett.
For
Jordy?
the work?
Yes,
To join
Jordy
the club?
mentioned me by name?
Jordy.
In what context?
That I should
You should rush
get
with
you
him.
two to meet.
Is Jordy fucking playing me?
Sounds like everybody's playing you, my bro.
Okay, given
But
the
now
fact
he has all of our information. Is he just are you
Does
just
he?
into us via Sirs? Isn't Sirs part of the work?
I
You
couldn't
can't-
say if he was or not.
I still feel like I should go talk to Jordy.
Oh, good.
I'm not going to tell him anything.
I'm sure you're not.
But so if Jordy is the leader of the orc and you're just gonna go casually talk to him, like, you don't, and he's lived like, it sounds like 50 different lives.
Should we, like, capture Jordy?
we might not be able
The
to.
time traveler?
Yeah.
I feel like we have a better chance of capturing Jordy than Gareth has of just having a normal chat with him.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's gonna
Going
take
on.
I mean, I'm
advantage of
open
you.
to suggestions on how this talk should go. What should I ask him? It's like,
You know what? Why don't you just put this little bug in your ear and we'll just tell you what to say.
okay, great.
We'll sit in a van and we'll be
Wow.
like,
Okay,
I should go with you. That'd look good for me.
I mean, yeah.
It
What
might,
as long as
it
you
might
know
not be a
that's
bad
a good
idea,
idea.
to have you also join up. One, that there's two of you
Strength
there,
in numbers.
and
I
you
just
could,
don't think you can roll up and start asking him questions.
yeah.
Why not?
Are you?
I mean, that's
We're
literally
seeing the
been my
two
entire relationship with him.
YouTubers, you guys.
Yeah, but what are you gonna ask him?
Not anything like oh, are you in charge of the org? But like, hey,
Let's
where you
role
been?
play. Pretend I'm Jordy. Let's role play. Let's go. What are you gonna ask?
Hey, Jordy, it's been a while. What have you been up to?
Why are you talking to me?
I was hoping Shelby would mimic my accent that I'm trying to do.
Why are you
Have you met Jordy?
I say, Garrett, you
Oh,
gotta,
sorry. Why are you talking to me?
you gotta get the right Jordy.
Come on, man. We're role playing.
I know this.
Why are you talking to me?
Jimmy,
Oh,
I
please
know
don't.
this.
I think you got to take damage for that, man.
Fair.
Oh, wait, I know this about Jordy.
yeah.
Jordy showed that to me.
What?
I got him this time if he drops.
Okay, thanks.
That is close enough, though, that you're going to have a black scar coming up to your face.
What did he say? I didn't hear it.
As,
I have to.
you fall unconscious again, nose starts bleeding, your clothes burst into flames again. Only this time, like, this black scar starts to creep itself under your face, kind of deforming your skin.
Shit. Cure wounds 3rd level.
What did he say?
He said which you have to figure out which Jordy, meaning
Shit, that was
there's
really
multiple of him.
Sorry, so that is only going to be 10 healing.
Because he can travel in time and. Yeah. Which he
I'm
showed
going to
us.
say it wasn't worse than that because Jodzi did imply that he's come back around a few times. That's how there's 4 timelines. So it's not a dead, and it's not but it's, yeah.
Oh boy.
It's
Just the
information
fact that you
that's
said it.
tiptoeing again much too close. Yeah.
Can I fix your face? Have you seen?
Groups just got
Wait,
murked.
my face needs fixed? Did I just... I die again?
Yeah, man.
Bless you.
She's alright. I don't know what's happening.
Did I piss myself this time?
Yes.
Good thing
Yes.
my bowels are already empty. Fucking dumb death.
I don't...
This is my new diet regimen. I just do a toxic cleanse.
Do I know is there any way to hide or heal his...
Could someone show me my face? You guys look really concerned about it.
You can make an Arcana check.
Are there not mirrors here?
This is a dungeon. I don't know what kind of dungeon.
Kill you, dude.
Which one?
Like the Auric
Dirty
is gonna
20.
know that you said something, and you're definitely gonna get murdered.
It feels that
remnants
way.
of a curse.
Yeah.
I feel like
What
this
are
guy's
you
kind of
gonna
bringing us down.
You
And
then-
could do
when
an
they ask what
illusion
happened.
type, like a disguise self or something like that.
But with like a remove curse?
It's not a curse. It's the result. It's the consequences of what he did. It is probably permanent.
I just feel like in a world where we have polymorph and things, there's magical ways to alter your...
You guys seem really worried about it.
I mean, alter self. If you could maybe decide
I'm gonna cast
a
this
potion.
guy's self on myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we
And I
can
might
do
just
it.
be like 10% hotter, just like my idealized.
You have aviators now.
Their
Rather
mustache
no.
is a little fuller.
I mean, this should be really low on our priority list. Obviously, is fixing your face. But I bet there's a
I
potion or
don't like
something.
that you say that it needs fixing, but continue.
I don't want them to know that you've been talking to us. That's my
Yeah,
concern.
that's what I'm thinking. They're gonna see
Oh,
that and
that is a
immediately know that you're a
problem.
snitch, and you're gonna get fucking murdered.
I'm sure you can come up with a cool story. Let's practice. Let's role play.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, I actually did a bunch of drinking games before Mage Tower. It was crazy.
Oh, dope. Cool, man.
Good.
College. Yeah.
Here you go.
So, yeah,
So should we
please.
long rest, or Gareth, are you going to do something before we long rest?
I was going to talk to Jordy. I still might do it. I just won't tell you guys.
Great. I hope you get murdered.
I just want to.
Okay,
I'm just-
for my preparation, can we catalog for me all the possible directions you could take next? I have some prepared, but it would be really helpful to me if I knew, because what I've heard you say is rescue the Chancellor,
Yeah. Garrett's going to
get the Tevideo,
Yeah.
Definitely need that.
Yeah, number one for
get
me.
Garrett inducted
Well, yeah, I would.
in
I don't know if he's trying to get inducted, but at least...
Question mark.
yeah,
Oh,
at
I'm
least
not trying to
meet
get...
Jordan.
Wait, I'm trying to be inducted in the Auric?
That's what we're telling you to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying, should I take that off? Is
Yeah.
that not
I'd
a
say,
take them
I'd
off.
say just
Wait,
talk.
did-
I'd say just talk for
Just
now.
talk with...
Yeah.
Alright.
Garrett's like, good God!
I'd like very, very
I missed that part.
easy, but like long rest. Like, are we at a point where we can?
Well, that's
see-
probably
Again,
how
we're
it
at the
ends
stage
tonight.
now where we're not doing kind of day by day, minute by minute. So unless you're like, we have to leave right this
Well, I
second.
didn't know
we
if
can-
SIRS was going to be like a big concern with the information that he has.
I think that is a concern.
I honestly don't even know how much. Like, outside of... Unless Sirs is trying to kill Jotzi, what else that he learned is really that crazy?
Well, SIRS likes to
Honestly-
sell and use knowledge for whatever manipulation he can.
Yeah, he might, like, blackmail some people, but...
Yeah, he's not the murdering side, but he also will not stop a murder from happening.
He just, he
If
obviously
anything,
wants
I'm
information.
concerned about Witherbloom potentially murdering the Oracle.
Yeah, that's why
Right?
we're trying to talk to our grandma.
Oh, that's it. That's who Belladros is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm also just wondering aloud if Vieric could possibly be part of the Auric.
Is there a way that we could spy on the next Auric meeting?
Guys, have you seen their magic?
Well, I'm just saying you had to like physically walk to a place for the meeting, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we could just,
I can
like,
cast
split it out.
invisibility.
I don't think invisibility is gonna do it.
I mean,
I can't tell you where it is, so how are you gonna find it?
Isn't there a flyer that says that if you want to join to show up to the place?
how
Like,
did
isn't
you
that how
figure
you
it?
found out where it was?
I can't tell you that.
Weren't we literally all there when that happened?
I remember it.
The flyer, to clarify, the flyer was Jaxie's little Scourge of Light fight club. The invitation
Oh, I-
was at your Silver Quill trial after the Angel and Demon fought,
Yeah.
and you were invited.
Yeah.
He was specifically just him invited.
No, like
No,
all
it
of
was
us were.
for
But we were told to show up like
at a certain place
before midnight. So it may not be.
No,
like a
actually, y'all were told if you were interested that they would find you.
Oh, okay, sorry. That was where I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah.
Roger.
Okay.
And then I attacked.
So my Gruber if I were to wonder about Vieric being in the Auric, would that be a waste of my time?
Do you even know? Like, do you know people?
If I knew he was in the Auric, I couldn't tell you.
Wouldn't be able to tell us.
But that being said, I don't think he is. But I could be wrong. But if I knew he was and said he wasn't, I'd be dead. I just don't know.
Okay.
I think I know what that means, I guess.
I can't help, essentially. I
Sorry,
don't.
can we back up? Why are we concerned with Vieric right now?
Because he's been sneaking around and I'm wondering if maybe he's looking for the Stratera Opus.
I don't even know who Vieric is. Is that your bad guy?
Very funny.
Roasted.
What a narcissist.
There's too many names.
At least it doesn't start with a J.
Good.
We should change all our characters. Garrett with the J.
Jarrett.
One of us could pretend to
Jared.
be interested in joining the Auric and like infiltrate.
I think then you just join.
I just like point to my arm. Like,
Yeah, I think like once you take the plunge, it's
Well,
not like
were you
just
pretending
back
or were
out.
you just genuinely interested?
curiosity killed the cat.
Okay, got it.
Delta reiterates, I don't
I
think
think you
just
fucked around
casually
and found out,
go
dude.
Yes,
down.
100%.
Like they're not gonna let you like into part of it and then just be like, actually you can go now. Like If you go, you're
It's
in.
pretty serious stuff, if you haven't noticed.
That's their tagline. The Auric. It's pretty serious stuff.
In case you haven't noticed.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Honestly, Garrett, I feel like it would really make it up to everybody if you would join the Auric.
But what would that do?
I mean, if
Because
there's
we're going to be in the same.
I mean,
there's
then I have a
clear
buddy.
plan associated with it, sure.
I'm
like,
thinking
what
it
are we
will be
gaining?
Like, I think we all have to or we don't, because then we still can't talk about it. Right?
Agreed.
Said something.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
That'd be
I mean,
pretty,
if Jordy's in
that'd
charge
be cool
of the
for
org,
me.
Well, yeah,
We
unless
don't-
you're dying.
actually want them to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish.
I don't know yet. I know for sure I don't like how they're going about it. That's my big problem. Maybe the school shouldn't exist. I don't know.
Jordy's like 4 for 4 on assassinating oracles.
I know that's a problem.
So like,
That's a problem.
if he's in charge of this organization, clearly that's the outcome,
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
right?
Yeah.
Well, let me clarify. Jodzi remembers from timeline 3 that Kalnin was assassinated. She was with Kalnin at his natural death in the first timeline. And apparently the second timeline was not an assassination. So he's only been assassinated in the past timeline, and it sounds like either in this one, the story, you know the history books.
Yes.
So in the history in timeline 4 is that he was assassinated.
Yes.
Where she's starting to get a little iffy is like, well, has it happened yet?
Yeah. Time.
Right? Time.
So we know that it has.
But again, she's not the expert on time.
Man, we
So
should have just told her time is a social construct.
Who is? What's your name? Bectus?
Yeah. She told us to
Should
go
we
talk
start?
to people.
Well, do we need to go find Bectus?
She told us
Bectus or
to talk to
Pelanistra?
Bectus and Pelanistra, yeah. Bectus to better understand time, Pelanistra for another reason.
I mean, or should we figure out the Tevideo, get it out of the hands, and then figure out the time thing? Obviously, we got.
Definitely the Tevideo is priority for me.
And I would
Well, of
actually
course
back,
it is.
For once though, I would back this up. As much as I want to also get cured, I think we need at least one of these for sure in our docket, because there's also a thing that she said, I'm remembering, whoever has all of them will have some really scary, unprecedented power, and we don't want the orc getting all of them.
Who said that?
You said that when you were recounting your story
That's right.
to all of us. Wink, wink.
That's right. Yeah.
Of course I said that.
So that if
Yeah, and we've been here like 4 weeks, and we don't have any, so I don't really like the rate that we're going. So
Oh wow.
Well, we haven't been looking for them.
That's
for
right.
weeks,
Some of us have classes and projects to do too.
Like joining clubs.
I mean, you have found one of them.
That's true. We just haven't been in our possession, but we did find one.
yeah.
What are we going to do with these once we have them?
Did you read their abilities?
So are we each going to have one? Like, how do we do
If
this?
we get them, what prevents us from getting murdered? Because we now obviously have them.
I mean, mark on our backs, obviously.
We have those already.
I mean, I got a pretty cool room that can hide stuff pretty well.
Yeah, but then
So I'll just hang on to it.
You have all of them. Again, did you not? I don't think one person should have all of them. You're not getting all of them. I'm just letting you know.
I mean, I
that
feel
right
like we're using them together as a group
now. Okay.
of the people that I trust, which is, by the way, like 4 of us right now.
And I'm iffy. I know. It's okay.
Then divide it up the 4 of you.
Yeah.
I think
So,
that-
anyways, let's get the Tevideo, and then we'll be good.
Speaking of projects, and I'm sorry, this is probably another inappropriate request, and you can tell me no, it's no pressure. I'm working on a little something, and I need the hair of a giant spider.
See if we can turn it into a spider.
Ooh.
I just
Awkward.
yeah, It is. I don't know how that works. Does that cut your hair as well? Because I don't want to cut your hair.
I mean, is it just one strand of my...
Yeah, it is. It's literally like I just need a leg hair from a giant spider. It's for a project.
Sure.
You were awesome. I knew we were about to take a long rest.
Nobody's gonna ask.
Yeah, that was gonna be weird. About
What kind
me
of
and Garrett
projects are you
both.
doing?
Me and Garrett both look at each other and like, what?
You told me to
This
collect
fucking
it.
guy.
That's what they
haven't
do
done
to
any
for his
projects.
slippers of
For my
spiders.
Just
Spider.
zero
Oh,
schoolwork.
somebody collect
And
them,
you
so
have
I'm
projects?
collecting them.
Well, that was very well done.
Wait, we have homework?
Are we
You're
receiving
passing
grades
your
So
right now?
Seth is going to work on his own magic item, and so I've told him what he needs to collect to make it, and MacGruber can help him make it.
Can you tell us what it is, or just will it benefit us?
Okay,
as a group?
it's boots of spider climbing. So when I misty step or climb, I can climb walls, and I just feel like that would be helpful.
That would be very helpful.
I'm stealthy.
I don't know how big the room is, but I transform into a giant spider for you at this moment. in
You are
time.
awesome. I got a little dagger, and I just cut off like one hair. I'm like, thank you. I'll get you the rest. It's fine.
I would like to look at Seth with my 8 eyes and just blink all at the same time of gratitude, and then I shape-shift out of it.
Okay.
Does my hair look funny?
It's like one strand of hair fell out.
Good.
You won't be missed.
That's fantastic.
Which this is super bending the rules, but I want you to have it. So.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
It'll take some time, of course.
It will. It will. I appreciate you. Okay. Are we good? Good plan, people?
All right, so we're going to Prismari for the Te Video next.
Yes.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
I will work that up, and I will have some info for you on
And we haven't leveled up.
that.
We just leveled.
Just leveled up.
Yeah, we did. I know. That's true.
We should be at level 7.
You'll definitely level up after that.
The tape. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we can log a long rest before our
Yes,
session.
absolutely.
Yes. Good.
Also,
And I just feel greedy for getting all that like superpower from Dodgy and not needing it.
Okay.
Well, you were still in pain, so
Okay.
what was your question?
well, because I am kind of slow, is there a way you could like type up just like a little cheat sheet
Sure.
of like timelines and like things like that? Because I feel like we're getting a lot of like crossings, and
Okay.
I'm gonna get confused.
Okay.
As someone referenced, it's kind of like a Westworld episode where like there is an episode where like it explains it to the people who
Mhm.
don't necessarily follow.
Okay.
And I have to, I can't,
I'm willing to write you some notes based on what you learned as you
watch
learned it.
Okay, that's
Talking to a master of time like Dean Bectus could answer a lot of questions.
Okay, okay.
So,
So
That's
we
all I
need to
need to
go
know.
to her and take notes because I'm also with you.
Mhm.
I can also just like rewatch this. I can't like take feverish notes and listen at the same time, otherwise I will miss something.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
miss
And I'm
something.
happy to, like, if you would have logically remembered it, I'm happy to retell it to you
Okay.
as you need it.
That's okay.
The biggest thing that I'll reiterate that Jodzi said, and I think this could be really nice, like helpful to clarify with Dean Bectus, is this is the only real timeline. Anything that's happened before was affected by a time traveler. And things that were affected by time travelers then progressed time differently because people had different information and somebody else was changing things from the past. So you are living in an affected present from things that happened. But before those things were affected, they happened differently. For example, none of y'all came to Strixhaven originally. You came this time. So something affected that. But there will never be a reality where you can jump to to an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I can't possibly think about all, like,
You're
trying
not,
to figure
you're
all
not
that
gonna
out.
multiverse yourself?
There is a time traveler, and that is the extent of the complexity that I have figured out.
Okay.
But we're not going back and forth to timelines.
Okay.
I told you guys the
That makes
stars
me
were
feel better.
broken.
That
Okay. I was worried we were going to have
You only need to know this timeline, but the more you learn, the more you might figure out when strategically in the past things happen.
This is
And that's okay.
Okay.
I was just worried that we're going to be in 7 different timelines.
You are not going to be in
Okay.
7
Okay.
I was
different
panicking there too. I'm like, I can't.
No. I
Paradox,
didn't
see
want it that
yourself. Yeah, that's what.
All right, next week we're still good.
Future kill your